and welcome. Hope you guys are enjoying your Sunday, Cinco de Mayo, and relaxing. Sorry I couldn't get to you last Sunday. Just was not in the right mind state. Nothing bad, just too much excitement from the night before. But I didn't want to forget. So I'm just going to try to do something a little bit different today, but not too off kilter what we're used to. Just using some different cards, just to get a little bit of different information for us, okay? Ready? Light up if you smoke. Don't light up even if you do smoke, don't. I'm just gonna see what this week has in store. But more so what it's gonna look like. So, thank you for allowing me to do this reading. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being present. For allowing me to take you and gather your energy. There we go. Sorry, I felt it was a little shaky. You still see? Beautiful. Okay. Alrighty. So, thank you, Spirit. What is this week gonna look like for the collective? What is this week gonna look like for the collective? We have healer. So that is in a means or presence of healing yourself, being in a healing environment. Recognize that you do have the energy, the power, and the resources to do that healing. We have shadow. There isn't really a reverse in this deck. But this is, again, tapping into that shadow. Getting a little bit more enlightenment and encroached into that and realizing. Just going to pull a few more cards. Spirit, anything else of what this week is going to look like? Good fortune. Power. Anything else? We have death. Feel you in here. And I don't want to shuffle. All right, we have water and we have full moon. Okay, so what it's looking like is that there is going to be a situation or a circumstance that happens, right? And again, instead of means of it could have already happened, it could have been a realization from the last moon that we had and the start of that, especially the full moon coming up here for us. But it's a healing point. It's a realization point of realizing, okay, where do I go from here? Where does this opportunity take me, right? In our last few readings that we did for the last couple of weeks, it was meeting a situation or a circumstance or an expectation with possible disappointment or anxiety or irritation and realizing, okay, how am I going to operate in this now? And it's in this means of in a healing operation and allowing yourself grace and allowing yourself patience and understanding in what you are going through. And realizing, yes, even if this is a situation I've been in before, and if I'm trying to take a new direction than I have beforehand, I need to give myself that understanding that I need to heal from a process. And what that process is going to take shadow work. It's going to take really looking in and realizing, okay, why has, when I've been affected or felt neglected or irritated or anxious or worried or disappointed, why did I not speak up? Why did I not put in action? Why did I not realize who I am? It is asking those questions, but also sitting in that silence, in those moments, and those realizations of that, that also gives you the answers. And that is where the shadow work comes in, is you have to be able to sit in that and realize that and realize, okay, what actions can I take from here now? What steps, what thought process can I change? What routine can I change? What language am I speaking, right? How do I speak up for myself? Do I just like, no, that's fine? It's a means of working into that. What are you healing? Because you are a healer. You are able to do those things for yourself, whether that's saying no to this and saying yes to this instead, whether that is allowing yourself to move and operate. It is helping you to get in touch with that shadow that may seem scary, but as you get closer and closer to it, you realize this is just a sense of self that I have yet to bring a sense of enlightenment to, a sense of growth to, a sense of nurturing and care to, right? If we're thinking about the pregnancy card that we also got, it's a means of, am I taking care of this baby that has now been implanted? How is it going to grow? How is it going to process? Is it going to lead to what is coming up, which is this good fortune, which is opportunities, right? Which is putting you in situations where you can reap the benefits of what you have put in for yourself, for your environment, and for others. This is allowing you to reap those benefits and allow it to rain down on you, allow it to nurture that ground, allow it to replenish you, allow it to take that in, because with that coming in with the good fortune, and is a means of, you don't want to be like, I'm hearing the other shoe's going to drop, or why is this too good to be true? It's going to be more of, like the last card said, that aha moment, that realization of, right, this is who I am, this is what I'm destined to be, this is what has always been meant to be, because this is the boundaries that I set in place. This is me now speaking up for myself, doing for myself, realizing, yes, I have been hurt, or yes, this did not work out, but this is actually what I wanted all along. I just took this because I feel like this was the bear of what I was going to get, what I was going to receive. Well, that's relationships we discuss, in careers that we discuss, and your emotional vulnerability that you have within yourself. But that comes from going within to realize what you are worthy of, what you have the power and the capability of getting and keeping and maintaining, without being worried that something else is going to happen, because you do have the power. By tapping into that and that realization of who you are, again, and what you can actually hold on to as soon as you release what you no longer need, what you no longer have purpose for, what you no longer have a want for or a need for, and pull you into that realization of, that is where my power was going to, when I could have went to shadow work to heal me. So that way I can realize when something comes up for me, I won't feel like, no, that's okay, I'll wait. Or maybe if I do this, or I'm scared to do this. I'm hearing like this scaredness to just do it because of how it may affect others, when in realization you continuously gnawing at your brain and gnawing at yourself is affecting you, and it is not allowing you to actually realize what needs to be deaded. So that way you can tap into the power, hold your power, harness your power, and utilize it in the best way possible and what is needed for you, right? I seen something recently where it's like you give your worries so much power that you wind up allowing yourself to siphon it from things that you actually want, and that is you doing that for yourself. So you are going to be doing that. Allow yourself to be your own replenishing resource. Allow yourself to be open to receiving that. Allow yourself to be open to healing opportunities, opening moments, right? Because good fortune is not just financial wealth, it could be financial wisdom. Maybe you already have the wealth, but you don't know how to maintain it, right? I mean, it's a means of, you don't have it either. You just like, well, this is how it's going to be. I guess I'll just settle for whatever comes, instead of realizing it could be something better out there that not only works for me, but my schedule, what I want to do. Good fortune could be having better relationships, where it's better communication, open vulnerability, where you can be honest, you can be yourself. That is fortunate to have. It can be the fortune of being able to move your body more, feel yourself in that sense, and realizing and recognizing who you are. That is also a fortunate of abundance. So it's not always in a means of that. It's in a means of, maybe it's going into it deeper than it is. Maybe you stress. Maybe it's like, oh, I was fortunate enough to actually get up early today and do it after work. That was great. It's these things that is where the gratitude comes from. The gratitude comes from, instead of gnawing at the problem, gnawing at the worry, gnawing at the anxiety and the fear, it's giving power to those things. So that way, when you do that, the issue, it allows something to repurpose in itself, right? It allows yourself to grow. It allows yourself to realize that those ashes from those bones was able to nourish my ground, was able to nourish my mind, was able to push me into a point where it's like, okay. So taking that into realization from previous weeks where it was feeling like it was at you, it was on you. So it means of now with the water, it's cleansing. Like I said, it's raining down, going straight into the water card. It is allowing yourself to be replenished, cleansed, able to see a true reflection of yourself, right? And this is also telling you to get near some water as well. Take a longer bath. Take a longer shower if you don't have the means to get to somewhere like that. Or go to a lake, go to an ocean, go to a river, go to a pond, right? But allow yourself to see exactly the depths of the water, but all the creatures that it holds, all the different varieties of this, while it's still making a creation of something that is worthwhile, that is rooted in itself, but it is still able to go with the flow and cleanse it out while still feeding in and allowing that elaboration in. Okay? The full moon, I believe, is on the 8th. It is coming up. I don't remember what it is going to be in. Excuse me, in my ignorance for that part. But with this coming up, this is about the results. This is accumulation. This is the climax. This is something coming into full point, into full view. When the full moon is out and illuminates everything, you can even see the aura of it. It is allowing you to see all of that, right? It is allowing you to see your truths even deeper, right? Even more in tune with self. It is also allowing you to weed through things that are not for you. It's allowing you to actually get the resolution that you were looking for, which is the end result, which is why you have to fall in love with the process of something and not with the goal of something. Because again, do you even want that? Do you have a desire or a need for that? Are you going to operate in the sense of actually enjoying that, yearning for that, wanting to progress on that, grow with that? Right? Are you willing that when it gets shaky, when it gets rough, you're like, okay, I just need to manage it better? Are you just taking it to take it? Are you just accepting it to accept it? And that can lead to disappointment. That can lead to, again, that irritation, that anxiousness, right? That worry. And what you want is that full result of something coming up and like this. Like I said, it's an aha moment. It's you recognize who you are in your power and allowing anything that is not of that, that does not serve you, to either be illuminated for your growth, for your understanding, and to dead the issue as well. Or else it is going to serve in a detriment that allows murky waters where you can't see what's going on at all. It hasn't been cleansed, it hasn't been replenished, it hasn't been opened, it hasn't received. Water is creativity. How you've been being creative. Water is sensuality. How you've been able to tap into that and more of a depth and means of that. Water is nurturing. Water is a thirst quencher. So allowing yourself to realize, am I taking that in all parts of my life to allow myself the good fortune and actually recognize that me, my water, my grounds are worthy of it? Or am I still fighting my shadow because it looks like a monster when in all honesty it's just things I need to dead and allow to grow inside of myself? Because you do have the power to heal yourself, to heal your environment, to heal your mindset, to heal everything, right? So with this full moon, do an accumulation of that. Write a note to self of what you are looking to release and let go and get a realization of. Okay? So that is what this week is looking like, is release and recognizing exactly what needs to happen for you and with you. Is that you need to give yourself, I'm just hearing, just give yourself grace. Right? Because each time that you are coming out of something with a new awareness of it, which was one of our key words as well, awareness of who you are and that authority in itself, you have to realize that it's like a child being born, which is why we also got the pregnancy card. You don't know not to touch the stove because it's hot. You have to retrain yourself again. Like, okay, I can't do that anymore, because if I do that, I'm going to put myself in a situation, and right now I need to heal from that. And it's hard for me to heal by just thrusting myself in. And it's like, well, I need to teach myself some techniques, maybe some breathing patterns, some breath work. Maybe I need to take a little extra time before I can be like, okay, right? If we think about it, when people are in AA, right, they don't immediately like, oh, all right, my first meeting, let me go head to a bar. Let me test these skills of just having. It's like, no, it takes a moment. It's a day at a time, right? And not even with alcoholism. If you're thinking about anything, self-harm, you have to take that one day at a time. Depression, you have to take that one day at a time. Your thoughts, it's a physical therapy, taking it all one day at a time. You can't be like, damn, you've been through this, but now you are aware that you have been through it. Now you have to treat yourself with grace and tenderness and care, so that way what you were manifesting in the winter, what you were waiting on, can now grow into a ground that is loving, that is caring, that is warm, that is ready to be embraced. But if you're going into it thinking this really wants to come out, well, there we go. You have to take a moment for that and that realization as well. You have time to travel, take a vacay or break, time for an experience. Right? This is just some things to help you to get a better understanding of what it may look like. Okay? So, like I said, maybe you need to get near some water. Maybe you need to take a moment to get yourself into a healing place, a healing environment. Just take a break, a moment, right? I always think of this card as when you're playing a game and you can't beat a level. But as soon as you get out of the game for maybe a few hours or a day, and then you come back to it and you're like, oh, that's how I fucking do it. Right? It's that same moment with your healing, with recognizing your power, with doing your shadow work. You're so close to it. You're trying to nitpick at it instead of taking a step back, taking a moment, healing yourself, loving on yourself, talking to yourself, affirming yourself, reassuring yourself. So allow yourself to go, okay, I can come back. And sometimes that really does take a moment, time for an experience, time for you to get a new perspective on life, on beauty, on what it is for you. But also realization of, oh, okay, this is also, like I said, You're the Problem was one of the cards. This is how I play a part in it. This is how I access and am granted taking accountability, what I need to take accountability of. Because being aware of something does not mean the accountability of it. When you take that moment and take a step back of how can I actually fix this? How can I work on this? How can I balance this? How can I care about this? That's when it's like, okay, now you're getting somewhere. We have, I'm gorgeous, sexy, pretty, and fine. It is my time to shine. Yes. Like I said, recognize your power. Recognize who you are. You are a powerful ass being. An amazing person. And it's time to put that in there. It says, protect your light by diving into your shadow. That is the best way to protect yourself. It's by knowing yourself. Right? I used to say it all the time. I don't say it as much out loud, but it's, yes, you may know me, but nobody knows you better than I know myself, and nobody should know you better than you know yourself. Because that is a means of diving into things. Yes, I spelled some things wrong. You're going quick, but yes, I do not spell. Back when before moving on, it says protect your light by diving into your shadow. It is a means of allowing yourself to recognize when you are feeling hurt, when you are feeling affirmed, when you need to speak up, when you need to act out, when you need to move, when you need to go in, when you need to reserve your energy. And it allows you to realize I'm not just doing things to do things because I feel like this is the best way to protect my life, by ignoring things that I feel like I really shouldn't deal with, or it's okay, it's fine, or I'll get over it, or I'm used to it, or it is what it is. Life will go on. Is your life going on? Is it in a realization of, damn, this is me. I am the shit in all regards and all aspects. That, fine, that ain't supposed to work out. And what it is, but you need to protect yourself in the best way. And the best way to protect yourself is to know yourself. Right? Is this realization of, do I really like that? Do I really enjoy that? Did I even find that funny? It just comes down even to the smallest things for you and realizing that. And sometimes going to the water and cleansing is realizing maybe I'm not even who I was. It's me deading myself. It's me deading those old thoughts and ideas and allowing something new to be born. Something new to be unearthed, I'm hearing. Something that you used to like to do, used to act and say and be involved in can also be an earth to a nurturing ground. Brush your teeth and wash your ass. That is a struggle for some. It is a means of getting up. And I want to... Coming up. It is a means of not taking care of yourself. If this is something that you're struggling with, take it one day at a time, right? This is a movement. If you feel like, okay, I'm not moving enough, because this is about actually realizing that you're not doing the smallest of things to take care of yourself. Did you eat today? Did you drink water today? Right? This is supposed to snap you into realizing, I'm trying to worry about something that I feel like is so grandiose, just so this, I have to take it all in and handle it. It's like, am I even doing the most basic necessities for and of self? Right? And when I made this card, I was going through a very depression period in Texas, and I was just like, damn, this is the realization of where I am right now. If you are there, take that realization and take it one moment at a time. Just start with either one or the other. Start with just maybe washing your face. But it's, again, taking those means of those small moments. Like a child, you have to build it up slowly and surely, and with true intentions that also follow in regards to your actions. If you have the intention of wanting to feel this way, start treating your body like you want it to also look and act in that way. If you truly want to allow yourself a break, take that in, right? It is allowing yourself that moment. Are you doing what you need to do? Right? Take that in regard. For me, I realized I haven't cooked lately. I have not. So it's a means of, even for me, it's just taking a small moment of realizing I have to be mindful of what I'm putting into my body. Yes, it may be vegan, but it's still fast food vegan. You get what I'm saying? So it's taking a means of those small things in our life. Those are also what build us. They also allow us to take our day and our self with gratitude, right? And realizing how fragile we are. So protect yourself. And the best way to protect yourself is just allowing that. There is no reason to be afraid of anything that isn't going to kill you. Act now. The card under that is they don't love or care about you. So if you are afraid of doing something because of the repercussions of others or the thoughts of others, or you feel like this is going to change your dynamic in some sort of way, it ain't going to kill you. Because at the end of the day, if you are not able to do something that is going to alleviate you and give you the grandest human experience, because it's going to piss somebody else off and it's going to make them upset, you're going to have to hear their mouth and all this, they're going to try to come back at you, they do not love and or care about you. They care about their connection with you and how your actions and reactions make them feel. But true love, which we found out love, which is not to be kept in a box, it's taking that person and realizing, what are they doing for themselves to show themselves that they love? Okay, how can I be offended or affected by the love that they're giving or receiving to themselves or of themselves from other people or from you going in a certain, but how does that negatively affect me? How does that hurt me? How does it make me feel in a certain type of way? That is why there is a reason. There's no reason to be afraid of anything that isn't going to kill you. Act now. Speak up now. Say what you need to say now. Do what you need to do now. Change your routine now. Change your wardrobe now. Whatever it is, they're going to say this. They always going to say something. That's the point. They're always saying something to the point where you can't hear your own thoughts, your own process, your own mind, that you are missing out on the smallest and most beautiful, intricate pieces of your life because they don't love or care about you, and that is a projection of that. They do not get a say in what you do and how you operate. Take yourself to those clear waters. Recognize your power. Heal yourself and realize the only way, why am I feeling like I'm so needy and neglected in this way? Why am I feeling like I need to be attached to people? That was another part that we got. I don't remember the emotion. I do not, but it's taking that in. Something. Realizing that we have promotion is coming your way. So that can definitely be in your career. It can be promotion. It can be a new job opportunity. It can be a new opportunity in something that you have been looking and wanting to do for a while. And you're just like, yeah, this is a promotion in your life, an elevation. But it comes with the realization of who you are and taking care of yourself for that. Ooh. Ooh. All right. So we have I'm grateful for all as I prepare me for more, right? Because like I said, it is coming in. And when you're grateful for all, like I said, you start to realize what you truly want to be even more grateful for. I'm trying to get into this thing where I'm feeling really happy or elated, or I'm enjoying my day. I'm like, yeah, I like this. Let's keep this going. I like this. I start recognizing that feeling, that emotion, as much as I do when I'm feeling sad or depressed or angry. Just, yeah, I'm fucking happy. But yes, it is a means of that is also promotion in your life, of realizing what you will have to be grateful for. And if I'm not grateful for what I want to be grateful for, how the fuck do I be grateful for it? And not listen to other people, right? And it brings us back to here because without yin, there is no yang. Vice versa, there's balance, right? There is a counter set to each one. There's a working to each one. There's a working to your light with your shadow, because without any light, there would be no shadow, but there could be no shadow without light. It sounds corny, but like again, it's bringing your life back to making it simple, not overcomplicating, not overthinking, not over worrying, not do any of that. It's just, let's try to make it as simple as possible. Because when I go out there or I deal with other people, that is already allowing myself to add in extra. And I have to be recognizing, am I willing to add in that extra? Do I want is that what I need? Is that what I want? Because sometimes in turn those things become in balance of what you need and what you want. Okay? And if you're a little confused, it says communication is coming in. Is that a ringing in my ears, a spirit in my eye? Sometimes I get but that's the truth. It is communication coming in. Like I said, once you are asking these questions of self, for self, and with yourself only in mind, with the end result of making the best accomplishment for you, you have to listen. Because that is how communication works. That is how a conversation works. That is how taking it in and understanding and wisdom works. That is how knowledge works. Is asking something and or even responding to something I'm hearing. If you don't have an answer to somebody's question, just wait a moment. You don't have the answer right now. That is also an answer. Because it takes balance. If I am not in sense of sure of self, yes, and it's not to say not to do things afraid, but if it's not going to kill you, do it. Act now. Because in any disregard of self, the ancestors was mad the last time we did this. So let's get it together. Anything else, Spirit, before I go ahead and close out this reading that they should know? Anything else, Spirit? I don't know whom it is, but that keeps coming up. Quit your job, no more earthly restrictions. And I'm also hearing it's not just like a job drop. It's a quit of feeling like it is your responsibility to take on everything. I have to stay here because this. I have to do this because of this. I can't say this because of this. Like I said, it's that thing of feeling like you have to do something, but you're too afraid to do it. Thank you, Spirit, on the wrong side. There you go. But you are too afraid to do it in a means of what other people may think or say, or how this may respond. It's just, how are you responding right now? You are allowing yourself to be restricted. Bless me. So quit your job in a means of, you do not need to put on a cape, your tights, the boots. You do not need to say yes all the time, right? You do not need to allow yourself to take it all on. And I wonder how this will make me, because if somebody, you say no one time, and all of a sudden you're ungrateful, it reminds me of that Beyonce song, say yes to you, then and me, but you know, that type. So it's taking that in and recognizing who Why can I not take these moments? Why am I taking on this? Is not right. And it's not to say to neglect relationships, that it's a means of, again, if this is a true relationship, a true environment that is cultivating not only themselves, it will also cultivate the environment around them. So allow yourself to quit feeling like things are your responsibility. Things are your job. I have to do this. I have to do that. They're going to think this of me. They're going to feel this of me. Or this is just how it's taking an overextension of self. And it's causing you to be restricted to places, to things, to people that you don't even want to be there anymore. So taking that in, there's no reason to be afraid. And if you are afraid, ask. And look at that. It says, my family and I are protected always, in all ways. So if it's family members, if it's people that you consider family, chosen family, things of that sort, if it's your loved ones, it's a means of whatever you are deciding to do, especially when you start doing the shadow work, start taking care of yourself more, recognizing yourself more, pulling into yourself more. That is the cleansing of the water. That is the death of the old. That is healing yourself. That is doing that shadow work. That is tapping into your power and realizing things are for me. Especially in the accumulation of the full moon, is this realization of all things in my life are being illuminated. Do I like what is all being illuminated? And if not, what can I take care of? And if I do, what can I enhance and grow on? Because no matter what happens, they'll always be protected in all ways. But am I protecting myself? Am I loving on myself? So quit the job. If it is an actual job and you've been hearing it, you've been feeling it, and they've been fucking with you, do it. But in this company, I would never do it right now at the moment in time. But if that's what you've been feeling, go ahead and do it. I've done it. And, you know, it's stressing the mind, but do what you feel like you know that you can. And that's all I'll say. But again, I'm hearing a lot strongly with that one. Stop quitting being the responsibility of other people. Stop taking on their accountability. Stop taking on their worry, their stress. Stop taking on their plight. Stop taking on their possible anger that they might feel for you choosing yourself, or guilt in you choosing yourself. Allow yourself to quit that job of taking care of other people's feelings. Right? Because the first thing I learned being an empath is how to allow myself to understand someone's emotions, their feelings, what they're going through without taking that on. Because when you take that on, it drowns you in yourself. And especially with the good fortune coming in, raining down, you don't want to be drowned and feel like you can't take on these new opportunities, these new ideas, these new relationships, all of this, because you are worried or scared or afraid or don't want to upset or don't want to shift. No. Break it up. This is for you at this moment in time. So take that, okay? So that has been the reading. Thank you all for coming in and enjoying. I'm going to do that for you. And yeah, till next time.